Okay, are you ready, guys? Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Odoo Live. My name is Felix Yun, Marketing Officer here in Odoo Hong Kong, and I will be your host for today's webinar. And joining me today is Park Yao, our channel account manager. And today we are going to introduce you the two versions of Odoo. Probably you will hear a lot from out there, like we have community version and enterprise version, but do you know exactly what's the difference between these two versions? So in this demo we are going to show you the difference between them and then analyze which is the best version for you. So today's presentation will take like 30 minutes, and then there will be a 20 minutes of Q&A session. So for the presentation, we are going to answer your questions in the chat box down below. If you have any problems or anything you would like to ask, you can just type in the chat box, and then we will answer you at the end of this webinar. Okay, so if there is no any problem, we are going to start the webinar. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Felix. So yeah, as Felix said, today I'm going to introduce to you the community version and the enterprise version, and hopefully to help you to make a better decision whether to go to the community version or go with us with the enterprise version. Okay, so in the webinar, first of all, I'm going to present to you with slides to introduce different features or different differences between the versions, and then I'm going to show you a live demo of the different versions between community and enterprise, and going to show you how they different. And at the end, I'm going to help you to choose your right version. Okay, so first of all, generally speaking, what are the service difference, or what is the universal difference between the two versions? So as I always said, basically with the enterprise contract, you get four things. So the first one, of course, is the enterprise software itself, and the second one would be functional support from us, and you get version upgrades on enterprise contract, and you get a bug fix guarantee from your enterprise contracts. As you can see, here we tick all the boxes in the enterprise version, but not in the community version. So these are the basic service difference between enterprise and community. So now let's get to the product itself. So first of all, of course, let's talk about the UI, the user interface. Okay, let's take a look. First, here's the community version. As you can see, it's pretty basic. You can see all the apps that you installed in the top menu, like sales app, or inventory app, or discuss app. And in the enterprise version, you see it's a much more elegant and beautiful design of the whole UI. You get an icon of the apps, and it is, as you can see, very easily accessible for even layman users. Okay, and another difference you might notice is the mobile version, which means that in the community version, if you're using it in a smaller screen, say like maybe your phone or tablet, you see it doesn't adapt to different screen sizes. But in the enterprise version, for example, let's get to the same app, the sales app. And when I resize my window, you can see that the buttons shrink into a hamburger menu and stuff like that. So as you can see that you can use the enterprise version on the go, like maybe on your phone or tablet. But on the community version, it would be much more troublesome. Okay, so that brings us to the next point. So let's talk about different functional difference between the different versions. So first of all, let's talk about the sales module. So in both versions, you get the basic CRM, you get the sales module, and you get a customer portal. But what difference is that for enterprise version, you get VoIP integration, you get e-signature, you get the subscription app to manage all the different subscription. For example, if you're a service company, you sign like a service agreement with your customers, you can manage those in the enterprise version very easily with our subscription app. And in the enterprise version, it also supports digital products and help desk, which is to help you to manage all the support tickets from your customers. So let's take a look for now. For example, I'm going to show you what means by the e-signature, which I imagine would be quite useful for some of our users. Okay, so here in the community version, as you can see, I've created quotations for these demo purposes. Okay, so here in the quotation, you can see pretty basic information like customer information, line items, everything that you would expect from a quotation. So here you can send that quotation by email to your customer, and it took a moment to load. Okay, just a minute. Well, which means that basically the system is going to generate a template email for the quotation and send that to the customer as a PDF. Okay, now the customer details. Well, I didn't send. Okay, email. Save. Okay, here you can see that it's going to generate a quotation and a PDF, and you can send that to your customer. So pretty much that's it. So customer will receive the email that you just saw, and then he can reply to you whether to proceed with the quotation or not, by mail or by phone, by any other means. But in the enterprise version, we got the e-signature. So for example, right here, again, I can choose to send that by email. Okay, again, you may notice the major difference would be the green button here in the email, which is a link to the online quotation, and customer can choose to accept and sign the quotation online. So what the customer would see when they press the green button is that, let's see, here in the preview. Okay, it took a while to load. Okay, here it is. Your customer will be presented with this beautifully designed quotation, which you can edit by yourself with our website builder. And down here or on the left hand side, they can choose to accept the quotation by themselves, just like that. They do a signature, accept and sign. So just like that, your customer had already accepted the quotation and proceed with themselves. So no more hassle between like back and forth emails or phone calls. You get a black and white confirmation from your customer. Okay, so let's get to the next feature. Okay, so well, of course, after the sales, you would need to manage your accounting. So in the community version, I would say we have a very basic accounting functionalities, such as invoicing and payment, which is invoice and vendor bills. So more or less that's all. But in the enterprise version, you get much more from the software. You get your different accounting reports, such as the profit and loss, different balance sheets, and you can easily design your own accounting reports. So let me show you what I meant. So again, let's start with the community. So in the community, actually it's just the invoicing, but not a whole accounting software, I would say. Again, as I said, you just get a very basic invoicing like that, and you get vendor bills. So you get more or less some of your accounting settings, such as your bank account, your journals, and payment terms, stuff like that. But here in the enterprise version, okay, let's get in. So first of all, you get a very helpful and beautiful dashboard. And again, of course, you get what you get from the community version. You get your invoices and you get vendor bills and everything like that. But what's more is that you get a full accounting functions in the enterprise versions with all the basic reports predefined in the software. So here, for example, let's see in the profit and loss, the P&L report, which is not really available in the community version. You can set up like maybe a comparison of for previous periods, let's say for the past 4 months. And as you can see that it is very easy to use our accounting reports in the Odoo Enterprise. And also, for example, your accountant may want to dig into the numbers. So for example, operating incomes and product sales, and he can dig into the general ledger and then to view a specific invoice. So as you can see that because everything is integrated in Odoo, especially in Odoo Enterprise, you can easily get from the P&L report to general ledger and then to the specific record, the invoice, all the way very easily in the same screen. I don't need to jump back and forth between all the different modules. Well, and of course, these are only available in the enterprise. Okay, so that's it for the accounting. And next is the project management. So for both versions, you get project management application with all these basic task management software. But in the enterprise version, you get timesheet and forecast. So timesheet, so that your staff could log the time they spend on the specific project or spend on the specific customer, and then to give you a better information and reporting on the whole project management. And well, forecast is literally forecast you get from the project management point of view. So let's jump back to the community database right here in a project. So I've activated the sample project. So here's what you get: a Kanban view virtually available on all the applications, and of course it is also available in the project module. Here you can dig into a specific task. You can write some description, assign that to some of your team members, and then log different messages down here. And also you can log some extra information, but more or less that's all. While in the enterprise version, so projects, okay, so right here again, here are multiple different projects, and of course I can dig into a specific project, and you can see that I can define different stages for the project. And in the tasks, you can see that there's one extra menu, which is the timesheet module, fully integrated with our project management. So right here, for example, maybe the staff assigned to work and administrator, so he did some task for this project. He can log the date, log the employee, and let's say improve the UI, so to speak, and maybe he spent like an hour. Spend like an hour on the task. So that's it. You can see that it is logged here in the timesheet in the task, and well, of course, the tasks have been predefined with a progress. So planned 16 hours, and now they spend 1 hour, so the progress bar progress. And of course, it also gives you a better forecast of the whole project. Okay, so for the next feature, okay, so for inventory, for inventory, of course, for both versions, you get your basic inventory management, the warehouse management software with inventory management to keep a record of all your stocks, and basic purchase management with your purchase module. But for the enterprise module, you get barcode support, which I imagine would be necessary for any sizable warehouses. And you get shipping integration with UPS, FedEx, DHL, USPS built in with the enterprise version out of the box. Also, you get multi-company flows, meaning that if you manage more than one company in your Odoo database, you can set up different logistic routing or inventory routing between all these different companies. While in the community version, you can set up multiple companies in the community version, but you cannot set up multi-company flows of inventory between those different companies. So here, let's take a quick look. First, in the community version, Again, you get a dashboard from the community version, which shows you all the different inventory move required. As you can see, you can still set up multiple companies, but the multi-company flow between them is not possible in community version. So let's take a look at the settings in the inventory. As you can see that there are many different features that is exclusive to the enterprise version. As mentioned, I think the most useful feature would be the barcode scanner right here. And the other features more or less are the same between the two different versions. So for this module, I'm not going to show you the enterprise version. Okay, next thing. Okay, so it would be the manufacturing module. As you know, manufacturing basically is a MRP. So for both versions, you get your basic MRP to manage all your different manufacturing orders and all those tasks. But in the enterprise version, as you can see the slide, it gets much more than the computer version. It gets MRP2, which is work center control panel and scheduling. I will show that to you in a moment. And you get PLM, which is product lifecycle management. For example, if you need to do engineering changes like changing the BOM or changing the routing, you can use our PLM to manage all those changes. And maintenance module to maintain all your equipments used in your factory or workshop. And quality apps, which is the quality management or quality check in your manufacturing. And again, I imagine that would be necessary for all sizable factory or even workshops. And again, shipping integration. So what's more is that all these four extra functionality or modules, I would say, are all deeply integrated in the enterprise version. So there's no like connectors to develop or complicated setups to do. You just install the app and basically they're already integrated with your manufacturing module. Okay, so let's get back to the community database. Manufacturing. So here, as you can see that all the settings are pretty basic, and most of the more advanced features is only available in the enterprise version. But still, at least in the community version, you get manufacturing orders and you get a BOM. So for you to manage your manufacturing tasks. So here I've created one example. For example, I'm going to make this table. Then I can still record production. And so in progress, so it is already marked and planned this manufacturing order. And suppose your manufacturing staff or workers is going to see the task in their queue, and then they're going to proceed with the task to make this table, and then in their portal they can mark that as done. So that's it from planned manufacturing order to in progress to done. 3 simple steps, nothing more. But as I said, in the enterprise version, you get much more. So first of all, you get this dashboard, which is the work center's dashboard that is not available in the community version. Meaning that if you have to if your manufacturing process involve different steps and different work centers, you can manage all those here in the Odoo Enterprise version. So here, let's see, in the manufacturing orders, I've got these 3 tasks waiting. And again, let's make the table. I've planned that table already. So let's get back to the dashboard. For example, let's say I'm a worker in the workshop. I would see the work orders. So here, I've got 1 work to do. And here is what the quality check module will help. You can see that there are different specific steps or guidance or instructions sent to the work centers, and you can also insert a whole PDF menu to your workers for them to follow. So let's make the table then. First step, okay, I click next, and then here the first quality checkpoint, I need to enter a serial number. So if I didn't do that and I just click validate, I will get a system warning to enter the serial number. So here, for example, okay, 003, that is. Okay, next step. Okay, I need to take a picture. Okay, let's do that. Well, I'm going to take a picture of Odoo anyway. Validate. Okay, and lastly, of course, is the quality checkpoint itself. And your quality check staff could choose pass or fail during this step, which is, as I said, I think it will be essential for all sizable workshop and factories. So now, no problem. Pass the test. And then validate. Next step. Validate. Okay, another lot number. Okay, so you can see that I have completed all the steps, and you can see there are many different checkpoints and quality checkpoints during the process, and all this can be configured in your Odoo Enterprise module. Okay, mark as done. So that's it. I've completed the manufacturing order. Okay, so, and then for the next step, Studio, which the whole app itself is only available in Enterprise but not in Community. So for the Odoo Studio, it is, I would say it is a tool but not an app in Odoo to help you to customize your own Odoo database or your own system without having like technical knowledge. You can just, for example, modify form or set up some automated actions in your system without much help from your technical staff. So like for example, you might want to add a field in your invoice, or you might want to set up some you might want to edit the menu, or you might want to, of course, custom your own reports. So as said, it is not available in a community version, so you get nothing from here. But in the enterprise version, you can see here, you can see this little icon to toggle studio. And for this demo, let's edit invoice. So for example, right here, you can see an invoice, all the standard fields. But if you have very specific needs or you want more fields in your invoice, you can do that by clicking the studio icon right here, and here you are already in the studio. And as said, you can just easily drag and drop new fields just like that. And let's call that well, maybe customer level, something like that. And you can edit the different access rights for it. Okay. Tax. Okay, let's say it is required for all the new invoices. Okay, that's it. Okay, as you can see that now there's a new field in the invoice. So for example, next time when I create a new invoice, the new field of course will be here, and you can see that this is a thicker line below the customer level because I've marked it as required. So for example, if I like again create a new invoice like that, and if I want to just save and validate, I will receive a system warning telling me to enter customer level. Well, say this is a gold level, for example. And then now I can proceed with the creation of the invoice and validate and all those different processes. So, and okay, so get back here. Well, apart from like editing forms, you can also design your own reports, edit the menu, or even create a new app from scratch, from zero. And but that would be a whole different topic that to teach you how to use the studio. Okay. So lastly, let's talk about which version you should choose for your company. And well, for example, basically it depends on your company needs and budget, I would say. So if now you're on the community version, and well, during the last, I would say 20-30 minutes, you saw some feature that you really like, then do not hesitate, just migrate to the enterprise version, because that is available out of the box in the enterprise version. You don't need to do your own development and worry about the support and the stability of the system or stuff like that. As said, in the enterprise version, we have bug fixing guarantee and support and migration upgrade services. So it's way better for you to use the enterprise version than to develop the features by yourself. And again, well then, but if then the community is enough for your use for now, then you can stay on the community. But if you are already using community and as said you want to move to enterprise, there are different ways for you to do it. So first of all, of course, is do it by yourself. And we already created this documentation right here to help you, to guide you through how to upgrade your database from community to enterprise. So, and for the second way, of course, is to contact us. And if you subscribe to the Odoo Online, we can help you to do the migration process. And the third way is to contact your local partners. So down in the page, in our page, you can find a partner link, which should link you to your country's partner page to get a list of partners where they are very experienced in implementing Odoo for all our on-premise customers. So for example, I imagine for some countries, the internet traffic is not very ideal, and you'll be using the on-premise version anyway. So definitely contact your partner to help you to do a requirement analysis and your upgrade to enterprise. So, and of course, if after this webinar you're still not sure, you can just send me an email and I can help you to do your analysis. So more or less that's all I want to present to you today. And as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or use the link below to book a demo with me. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Paku, for this amazing presentation. I think all of you are more familiar with the differences between the community version and the enterprise version. But after this presentation, for myself, I think no one will be will hate the enterprise version because basically in this business world, everyone would need so many applications that we developed, such as the accounting app, isn't it? Yeah, because the accounting apps, like Paco just mentioned before, it is really integrated with our other application, and then the report are already anytime for your needs. So thank you again, Paco, for this presentation, and thank you everyone for staying here with us, learning more about Odoo. And actually, the links that Paco just mentioned of the documentation are actually in the description box below. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask in the chat box right now. Okay, so the last feature that Paco mentioned, the Studio app. Actually, we are going to dig into that more in next week's webinar. Yeah, in Wednesday. So stay tuned if you would like to learn more about our Studio app, because I think the Studio app is actually made for customize your needs. Like for example, the invoicing, everybody will have to code a quotation for our clients or make a invoice to them. So but not everyone would need the general, I mean, the basic one that we developed for you guys, but maybe you would need more things in your quotation. Like you may need more development, maybe you will need a blueprint in it, or maybe more
attach a picture of your product, stuff like that. And speaking of specific, like your industry needs, well, as mentioned, not just for customizing the existing forms, you can build a whole app from scratch. So if you have a very specific industry needs, like maybe for like rental, or you're running a clinic or school or something like that, you can build like your like school management or clinic management app from scratch using your Odoo Studio. So what's more is that applications or all those changes that you developed in the Odoo Studio are also included in the upgrade services of your enterprise contract, which if you choose to use third-party apps like from the community or developed by yourself, those will not be included in the upgrade services.
Yeah. So Wilson, thank you for staying here for a long time. And you just asked a question: how hard is it to change from one version to another?
How hard is it to change from one version to another?
That's an interesting question, actually.
Yeah, well, actually, for community to enterprise, I would say it's not that difficult. I imagine, as you can see that in our online documentation, well, it is not a very long paragraph. So there's just a few clicks or a few points, and then you are done to upgrade your version to enterprise. Well, because basically, enterprise is a supplement or upgrade version of the community. So it is easier for you to upgrade from community to enterprise. Basically, you're just adding more stuff to your community. But if you want to go to the opposite direction, I think that would be like
Why would you do that?
a little bit more difficult to do.
Yeah.
Because, well, not just from the technical point of view, but also from your business point of view. If you already have all those accounting reports or all those manufacturing mark routings configured in your enterprise database, and then jumping back to the community, then it would be very difficult for your business users to adjust, because they are so adapted to this easy to use and beautiful enterprise version.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And a follow-up question: what about the performance? Is it the same for both versions? Actually, for myself, I think maybe for the enterprise version, it's a lot faster than the community version, isn't it? Do you feel like it?
Yeah, I feel the same way, but more or less, I guess more or less it's the same for some like more simpler applications. Yeah.
Okay. And okay, maybe we forgot to mention one point, that for the
Sure.
community version, we actually have to download the whole app.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, basically for community version, the only available hosting method is hosted by yourself on premise. But in Odoo Enterprise, you get well, you can still do it on premise on your own server. You can subscribe to Odoo Online with our consultants, so hosted in our data center, and plus Odoo.sh, our newest hosting method, just released it this year. So there are much more different options for you on enterprise. You can either do it on premise or go with us in our data center if you don't want to manage your own infrastructure and stuff like that.
Yeah. Actually, in the presentation, although maybe the banner up here is blocked by the address of the maybe we can show them
Sure.
the community version, although we are using the browser to open it, but actually it's just totally downloaded in our.
Yes. Okay, here.
Okay.
Well, actually it's in our local host. Yeah, maybe I just bring it down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, well, you can see that it is actually on localhost. I've installed it here in my laptop to run. But for the enterprise version, of course, you can do that on premise, or you can host it with Odoo in our server.
Yeah, I think that's a really big difference, because let's say you're going to another country for an exhibition and you have a D1 hat, and then if you're using the community version, actually you have to call back to code it in the office and then go to our system and look for something you need. But for the enterprise version, the whole system is on your hand in your mobile or your iPad or something. So I think this is a really big difference between these two versions.
Yeah, and also hosting on premise could be technically challenging and even expensive for customers because you need to buy your own server or you need to buy your cloud hosting space, and well, there's a lot to manage in your server, and for all the different infrastructure like firewall and stuff like that.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. Hello from Chile and Mexico. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us. And well, we got some more questions.
Sure.
Okay. Hi, I have seen on Odoo nightly servers every day a new version is released. Do you mean an update or something? Every version has a new feature, or what the point of release a new version each day?
I think you're referring to different branches in our GitHub or in our, as you say, in our nightly servers. Well, of course, the development is continuous every day. Well, our developers are working to make new features for all our users and customers. So, but the versions that are available to download on our download page is the long-term stable version, also called the LTS, and that's the version that you should download and use because that's the stable version.
Okay. So, what is the difference in use of jobs in the both versions?
What do you mean by
what do you mean by
jobs?
the use of jobs? If community version you use United backend theme and you have theme responsive result.
What does that mean?
Can you elaborate your question a little bit more? Okay. Maggie, if I am using V9 community version, will be possible to upgrade to V11 by a couple of clicks, or need to reinstall and reconfig?
Well, actually, where's that documentation? So, you will need to upgrade to 11 and then to Enterprise. But if you have already subscribed to Odoo Enterprise subscription, either online or or on premise, you can use our free upgrade service as mentioned to upgrade from community to Enterprise. So, well, you don't need to actually worry about all those technical jargons and stuff like that. You can just send us a ticket, request for the upgrade service, and we will upgrade your V9 database, either community or enterprise, to 11 enterprise.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe we can show them the page.
It is. Yes. I'm yeah, right here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so right here on our upgrade page, so if you have a valid subscription with us, you can right here send us a ticket, send us your database sum, and then choose your target version, and I imagine you would want the latest version. And then after we do all these different process, help you to upgrade and testing and then all these all different work, we will send you back the upgraded version. And of course, it only includes the basically the software that we develop. If you have a lot of third-party extension or apps and stuff like that, it is not included in the price of your subscription, but subject to extra charges. So yeah, that's why we keep mentioning that you should use out-of-the-box Odoo and well make your changes in the Odoo Studio.
Okay. That means if you have your own resources, like if you are capable of, if your company has a IT guy, a developer, then you can upgrade your customized modules by yourself.
Yes.
Okay, or you can go to us or to our partners.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I hope this answer helps you, Maggie. So it's the same infrastructure for Odoo Online and Odoo SH in terms of availability.
In terms of the backend infrastructure, I'm not sure you would. But in a service level agreement, they are the same.
Okay. Thank you for asking something about the Odoo SH because in August we are going to talk about that in the webinar. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I think our technical guys and our consultants is going to join. Yeah,
Indeed.
so he might be able to answer these kind of technical questions.
Yeah. And Marvin, in the configuration you use jobs for running more tasks. Do you mean that's the capability of running tasks or application in the both versions? How many processors does Odoo SH support? I use AWS because I have more processors. Sorry, maybe you have to type in English because amigo, I would like to learn. Okay.
Well, basically for the Odoo.sh, some like the processing resources are shared, but not a definite number. So if you're using more and more, we will allocate more resources for you. But again, this is I would like to focus this webinar more on the community versus enterprise.
Yeah. For the Odoo SH, let's wait for August.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah. Indeed. So. All right. So any more question or any question I skipped? Please remind me. Okay, is something wrong with mobile apps on iOS? I'm unable to log in through the app since last week. Maybe you have to send a ticket to...
Yes, please submit a ticket to odoo.com/help.
Yes.
But I'm using it this morning and it seems fine to me anyway.
Yeah. I often use it for myself because I'm not always for the test. No, don't apologize. But I hope we can help you more.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, the app is only available for enterprise customer, so that's another reason for you to upgrade.
Indeed. So, do you know anything about features that will come in V12 Enterprise that are not in community?
Well, you will need to wait for the official announcement in October in our Odoo experience. Nothing is finalized yet.
Yeah, and if you would like to join our Odoo tour in Belgium in October, please do so. Okay, do you think? Yeah. Okay. If there is no further question, we are going to end this webinar here. If you have any question later or you'd like to learn more about Odoo, please feel free to contact Paco or contact me. Or you can actually schedule a demo, and the schedule page is in the description box below. And once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. And if you would like to watch this webinar again later, you can just do so on our Odoo channel. and please leave a like and subscribe for further videos. And in the next week, as I mentioned before, we are going to show you the features of Odoo Studio on how to customize your needs and the reports you want. So, and one more thing is in August we are going to show you more about the features about Odoo. For example, we're going to show you how the Odoo SH work, and if you are new to Odoo and you learn a little bit about it and you try the demo, or you have played with it for a period of time and you actually want to put your database into Odoo, but you do not know how. Our functional manager in Hong Kong Odoo is going to show you some quick start methodology about Odoo. I think it is really helpful to you guys. So yeah. Okay, one more question. They have studies of Odoo performance. Example 5,000 users that server I need. I think there is a document.
Yeah, I forgot the exact title of that document, but in our technical documentation we have a kind of formula for you to how to estimate the resources needed.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Yeah, there are too many documents. We can't find it at the moment, but you can search our technical documentations and it should be there, like something like how to deploy your Odoo instance or something like that.
And about deploying your database in Odoo, actually, you can wait until our functional consultant manager do the webinar in the first day of August. Of August.
1st of August, yeah.
So thank you for joining us. If there's no further question, thank you for joining us, everyone. Okay, see you guys next week.
Thank you.